Yeah, I saw him. Hey there, fellas. Someone suggested we make a gas-powered bike with a trimmer engine. The problem is, this doesn't have any brakes. Oh, there they are, and I nearly crashed. Yeah, you can't stop this thing by pedaling backwards. Anyway, so we were poking around and we found this bicycle. And you know how it is with us, we find something, we make something out of it. You might recall how we made a pedal car recently with 3 sets of pedals. Well, this is one of them. It was able to survive, though I suspect it might not be for long. Now, we quickly got bored of simply riding around the garage. And motorizing a bicycle is far from a new thing. That's something they even used to do during Soviet times. People would use various different engines, and you could even get yourself a store-bought motorbike, that's how common they were. That said, we have an engine with a good amount of power for this sort of application. We might even want to use something less potent. We know that a lot of you guys enjoy drifting, which is something we dabble in as well, and so why not make us? We've wanted to try this for quite a while, and now seems like a great moment to try and make a drift trike. It is going to be such a fun thing. It allows you to drive sideways in a straight line any way you like, and we've yet to try making one. So let's go ahead and put one together, drive around and see what it's all about. Like, none of us have ever tried riding around on one of those. And so let's go ahead and make us one. Let's put together a drift trike. Alright, let's do this. Wait, have you seen our new Freddy-style t-shirt? If not, hit the link in the description. If you're still here, you should know that aside from a new t-shirt, we offer a lot of other different merch, bearing the Garage 54 logo. Past payment issues have been solved, and now you can send payment for your order even via PayPal. So if you'd like to treat yourself, a friend, or a relative to some awesome Garage 54 merch, hit the link in the description to head on over to our shop. And don't forget to use the promo code for a solid discount. Now back to the video. We make a drift trike in just one day. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. Okay, fellas, the drift trike is ready for action. And it looks pretty cool in my opinion. You can get the engine driveline combo simply from a store, and there isn't much custom work involved. As for the axle, that we made using a piece of pipe, we've machined the shaft to size in a few spots to fit the bearings, and we've made a set of hubs for the wheels. The wheels themselves are for a go-kart. Mounting the tires was actually a bit fiddly. These rims are for a go-kart, like I said. They're the wide ones for the rear axle. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're like 10 or 11 inches. But the tires are the narrow ones for the front. So we've got them mounted on there like in the case of widened barrel rims. At the end of the day, we were able to make everything fit. And on the outside, we fitted some plastic rings. Granted, they are a bit wide, but I'm not terribly worried about that. I reckon this 7-horsepower engine should have no trouble at all inducing wheel spin. Now we've made it out to the test track, where we'll put this thing through its paces. The throttle pedal is like you'd find on a car, and as for the brakes, those are like what you'd find on a bike. Though I don't think we'll even need them. We'll find out if I'm right soon enough. Okay, so I'm gonna start by just ripping around on the pavement. Then we're going to place some cones. Perhaps even set up some sort of course for drifting. A fixed path for us to stick to in order to determine whether this thing is even gonna be manageable. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so we've allowed it to warm up. Doesn't seem to be creeping. Oh, there it goes. Ever so slowly. Whatever. Wow, you sit very close to the ground. Check the brakes. Oh, they work. Sweet. Now let's see how it handles. Not bad at all. But driving in a straight line is just boring. So let's try and find a relatively smooth patch. I mean, this is a drift trike after all, right? Wow, what do you know? Check that out. This is quite... Can someone start it for me? It is so much fun sitting here in this bucket seat, with how low down it is. Good stuff. Oh, what's the matter with you? That's your starter motor and your reverse gear. No, yeah. Let's go look for some smooth pavement. Well, what can I even say? Say what? Now, a handbrake would be a nuisance, because when we used plastic rings on a car, the thing would become impossible to control as soon as you'd trip the handbrake, immediately spinning out. Let's go over there. Man, this thing is so cool. How is it we've never tried this before? This definitely takes some getting used to. It comes as no surprise that this thing is fast, but we want it to drift. Okay, now it's starting to become clear. Whoa, easy now. That was too abrupt. Let me start it back up. I'm starting to understand why you'd need the front brakes. This definitely requires practice. Simply hopping on and driving off isn't gonna work. I mean, I'm not exactly a stranger to drifting. I know the mechanics of it all. But in this case, it's not all that simple.
No.
Yeah, this is quite a trip. If only the brakes had a bit more bite, and the front tire had a bit more grip. This definitely would have been less of a handful. I mean, I keep having to use the brakes to keep my speed in check. The engine just doesn't have enough power to spin the wheels at higher speeds. Oh wow, I'm winded as if I were pedaling myself.
Oi.
It's not that simple. But I am so eager to learn.
Давай.
I seem to be getting the hang of it. Does anybody want to try it out? What about you, Alex? I mean, you're the almighty instructor after all. If it's able to carry my weight, it'll certainly carry yours. Which way is he going? Well, that way, apparently. You put on some glasses like a true boss. So that's why he's doing so well. Maybe I should also put some glasses on. Can I get my glasses on, please? Why does it keep spinning out? It's not working. What am I doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? Who knows? I have no idea why. We'd better tighten the brake. He weighs less and he's giving it more throttle.
Вот что делают.
Cones do that when you hit them.
Приезжаешь, да?
I keep using the same trajectory. Honestly, this really does
Надо
take some getting used to.
сколько-то там
You might want to practice for a couple of hours even.
на это тратить. Чтобы вот так с первого раза
Hopping on and immediately mastering it,
лихо поехать.
that's not going to work. Hey, no worries. Practice makes perfect. A bit of practice and you can do pretty much anything, right? Oh, come on. You get no feel of when you have to ease off the gas anyway. Try it out while we look on and laugh. He's already banging it off the limiter in third. For that, he deserves some style points. It ain't drifting, it's just sort of driving. You're not feeling it? But you did notice that we let a driving instructor have a go and he immediately got the hang of it. Meanwhile, you've crashed and broken so many of our builds and you still haven't learned? I've learned how to crash. Okay, fellas, we were able to get the whole drift trike project off the ground, and it turned out lovely. Now, even when we were still building it, we had zero doubt that it'd turn out great, but nobody expected it to be this much fun. Now, the way I see it, here's the main issue. At the end of the day, anybody can build something like this. The only serious purchase you'll have to make is the engine plus driveline. And even then, you can always look around for something used and build it for a whole lot cheaper. In any case, it is a really fun thing. It's all inertia-based drifting, plus the rear tires have no grip whatsoever. As for the front wheel situation, well, it's not exactly ideal. For some reason, I think this angle should be different. I mean, there really wasn't a lot of thought behind this placement. We basically just decided it looks cool this way. Also, I reckon the front wheel should probably be a bit wider for some additional grip. The brakes were also a bit lacking. Let me put it this way. When I was driving it, And I'm a guy with a rather large frame, which I'm sure is obvious to all of you. I weigh a bit more than average. Anyway, I kept having to shave off momentum in order to keep the wheels spinning. That said, I do think that after a couple of hours of practice, it'll become an entirely different ballgame. Overall, this was a ton of fun. This is something everyone just has to try. The winter is coming, and the winter months should be more than enough time to build something like this. And once the winter is over, we can all roll them out and proceed to rip around. Yeah, man. This was great. Loved it. Hey, how's it going? Well, and that's all I have for you. Don't be afraid to try this out for yourselves. This was tremendous fun, though you definitely want to stick to closed courses where you don't have any cars. Or if you do, at least they have to know that they have no business being where you are, like in our situation. And that's all I got for you. Watch us, subscribe, send in your suggestions, comment, give us a big thumbs up. All right, catch you later. Well? You want to put it out of its misery? I can see it in your eyes. Even through the glasses.